Hello everyone, this is a question, and this is going to be an updated collection tour video. I haven't done one of these in about a year and a half, so it's been quite a while. I've had a lot of changes to my collection, a lot of stuff that I've unhauled, a lot of stuff obviously that I brought in. So a decent enough amount of changes for me to create a new video. And then also, if you haven't watched any of my channel, any of my videos before, the reason why I started this channel is I feel like I have kind of an eclectic taste when it comes to the type of manga that I like to read and that I like to collect. So just wanted to show the kind of different manga that's out there, you know, kind of not the typical, all the typical Shonen Jump and kind of seinen series that you see a lot of, just a mix of all different types of manga that's out there. So that was the point of me creating this channel. So I hope you enjoy these videos. The way that I read manga, I usually don't read a manga series until it's been completed. So I'll pick up the first volume of a series, maybe the first two. If I enjoy them, then I'll go ahead and pick up the rest of the series. And then I really don't read a series until it's actually completed. So I'll usually binge through it. So I don't read a lot of ongoing series as they're going, just because at my age, it's hard to remember if I'm reading 50 books all at once. You know, if you have months in between releases, it's really hard for me to remember what's going on from volume to volume. So I really like waiting till a series is completed, reading it all the way through, and I tend to enjoy series more. So you are going to see a lot of ongoing series that I've not started reading or that I've only read a volume or two, but that I'll go ahead and read when they're completed. And on the off chance that I don't enjoy something, I have no problem unhauling manga. I do that all the time. If you have a collection of manga, one of the healthiest things you can do is unhaul. If you're not enjoying something, if you don't like something, don't keep it in your collection. You're just wasting space. You know, try to keep your collection moving if it's something that you're not enjoying. So I definitely do that. I've probably unhauled more manga this year than I've actually brought in, which is a first. But yeah, there's just been a lot of series that either I didn't enjoy or I didn't enjoy enough that I knew I wasn't going to reread. So I went ahead and moved on from them. So yeah, so when I'm doing this video, I'm going to kind of go through stuff fast. I'm not going to spend a lot of time stopping on each one. I don't want this video to be insanely long. So if there's anything in this video that you want to know more about, if you have any questions about anything that I didn't stop and talk about, let me know in the comments. I'll go ahead and get back to you. But let's get right into this collection video. Okay, so this is my manga room. And so starting off with these two billies here with the height extensions, these are my two creator shelves. So these two bookcases have specific creators, have their own shelves on them. And then going over here, we have a smaller bookshelf that just kind of has some overflow. Moving over into this side, we have kind of the smaller size manga volumes, all in alphabetical order with some box sets on top. So continuing over to this side, then we've got another 4 billies with some box sets on top, and these are the bigger size volumes, again in alphabetical order with some one-shots on the extra shelves. And this is also the area where I play video games at, so there is that. So let's get a little bit closer look at them. Okay, and as we go here, I'm not going to list like every single volume that's on these shelves. I'll kind of just go through them. So this first shelf here we have is Inio Asano's work. So we have all of Dead Dead Demons, Downfall, Poon Poon, Solanin, and then What a Wonderful World. And then going up here, we have A Girl on the Shore hardcover, and then the Nijigahara holograph. So that's all the Inio Asano I have. Moving over, next we have Shigeru Mizuki. This is one of the creators on here that I probably read the least of. I've only read a few of his books, but I got a bunch of these from the Drawn and Quarterly sale. So we have most of his modern releases, and then I also have the single volumes of the Kitaro works here. And then going over to the next shelf, we have pretty much all of the Junji Ito releases of the modern releases. He does have a few like really old releases of stuff that isn't in print anymore, but these are all kind of the modern releases, and I've read all of these. I do really enjoy Junji Ito. I know he Super popular, but a lot of people don't really care for him or kind of think he's overrated, but he's one of my favorite creators. Cat Diary is one of my favorite mangas, so I do have the soft cover here, and then up here I also have the hardcover. We got the art book. We have Betwixt, which he just did the cover for, but I just went ahead and put it here. And then we have the little board that came with the Kinokuniya exclusive Tombs cover. I do like on the Tombs, I have both versions. The spine is different, which at least gives it a little different look on the shelf. So that is all of the Junji Ito releases I have. Moving down, next we have my Naoki Urasawa shelf. He is one of my favorites. So we have all of 20th Century Boys, his ongoing Asadora. We have Master Keaton, Monster in these perfect editions, Mujirushi, the one-shot. I have probably one of the rarest volumes in my collection. I have the Pineapple Army volume. So this was not completed in English. This is a very old Viz release. They originally released 10 issues of this series in kind of standard American comic floppies, and then they did end up collecting them in a manga volume, but it doesn't pop up very often, so glad I was able to get this. We have Pluto, one of my favorite series of all time, Sneeze, the short story collection, and then I have self-prints that I picked up of the Billy Bat set, so I do have, let's see, so we have 10 here, and then we have back here. So I have all 20 volumes of Billy Bat in English. These were self-prints, obviously not self-print by me myself, but that's what they're called. So that is my Naoki Urasawa collection. Next up, we're going to move on to Shuzo Oshimi, another one of my favorites. We have Avant-Garde Yumiko, the one-shot, Blood on the Tracks, up to date. Devil Ecstasy is one that I don't see. Even people that collect Oshimi, I don't see it in a lot of collections. It is, you know, probably on the low end of his work. It's a little more juvenile than his normal stuff, but still worth a read. I did still enjoy it. We have Flowers of Evil, Happiness, Inside Mari, Shino Can't Say Her Name, Sweet Poolside, and Welcome Back Alice. And then I do also have down here, I have the art book, and then I have the two one-shots that Denpa released. These are kind of a small, thin one-shot, Miss Kuzukabe, and then Waltz. These, I think, are only sold, they only sell them at like comic conventions when Denpa is there, or they've also sold them on Twitter sales, so a little harder to find, but, and they're, you know, only maybe 30 pages each, so a little smaller release. Next up, we have my Kazuo Umez section. So we have, Viz has been releasing some really nice hardcovers of his work recently. So we have Cat-Eyed Boy, Drifting Classroom, My Name is Shingo, and Orochi. These are kind of the standard ones. And then I do also have some more harder to find out of print ones. So we have Reptilia, which is one of the rare IDW releases of manga. I don't think IDW, this might be the only volume they ever released of manga, but they did release one of his work. And then we have the short story collection Scary Book, which was released in these 3 volumes. Well worth the read if you can get these for a decent price. And hopefully one day, maybe Dark Horse will release a deluxe edition of these, since there's only 3. That would kind of perfectly fit their deluxe editions. But this is all of the Kazuo Umez I have. Next on this shelf, I just kind of have a little horror stack. We've got 2 Kaneko and Nuki releases. Presence was released in a 3-volume set, but 2 and 3 are pretty hard to find, so I only have volume 1. We've got a couple Hadeshi Hino books. We got the 2 Starfruit ones that they've recently released. And then I also have Lullabies of Hell, which is a out-of-print Dark Horse one. And then Wonder House of Horrors, a newer horror release by Starfruit. So Starfruit has been doing a good job releasing some of these horror releases, especially Hino's work. I did at one time have all of the Hino horror collection. So I did have all those volumes that were released in English, but the quality on them isn't the greatest and they were selling for a lot of money. So I went ahead and sold my set off. The first volume in that, I know Starfruit is going to be reprinting, so hopefully they are able to reprint some more of that. So that is that kind of little horror section I have. Next we have one of my absolute favorite creators, and that is Moto Hogayo. So we have Little Leo, AA Prime, and 4 Shoujo Stories. So 4 Shoujo Stories, if you are unaware, is a little harder to find because I guess Viz did not have the rights to actually print this in this format, so it never got reprinted. So it has a Moto Hogayo story and some other shoujo creators from the times stories on them. So I was able to get that for a good price. And then AA Prime is another one that's a little harder to find. And going over, we have the larger Fantagraphics hardcovers, Drunken Dream, the two Otherworld Barber ones. And then we have the Poe Clan and the Heart of Thomas. So Heart of Thomas is getting a reprint, which is great. The copy I have is an ex-library copy. It's in not bad shape, but I definitely will be buying a new copy and then passing this one along. So that is my Moto Hagayo section. Hopefully we get a lot more of her work put into English. I know we have They Were 11 is supposed to be coming. It's been delayed now by Denpa for about 2 years, so hopefully we eventually get that. But that is the Moto Hagayo stuff I have. Next up, we have one of my absolute favorite artists of any of the manga creators that I read, and that is Keiyo Mori. So we have all of her Bride Stories hardcovers and with these really nice spines. We have the Emma hardcovers, really great series. I have Anything and Something, which is a short story collection combined with art book and also notes from the creator about her process. Really great. That is the one Yen Press hardcover here that out of print. Hopefully that one gets reprinted. And then they've also been releasing Scribbles, which is a sketchbook by Mori. So we've gotten the first 2 volumes. Volume 3, I think, is supposed to come out in May. Really great sketchbook of her work. And then CMX a long time ago released volume 1 of Shirley, which is a 2-volume set. So unfortunately we never got 2 in English. Hopefully Yen Press gets the rights to that and they release that in one of these hardcovers, because that would be great to have. But that is everything from Keiyo Mori. Next up, we have my Jiro Taniguchi section. Pretty sure I have all of his releases that are in English. So most of them have been put out by Fanfare Ponitmon, who releases a decent amount of stuff from a bunch of countries, but they've kind of become the go-to for Taniguchi works. So we do have Benkai in New York, which is an old Viz release. And then, let's see, Samurai Legend is by CPM, but all the rest of them are by Fanfare Ponitmon. So really nice releases. This is a really great creator, underappreciated creator. And then down here we have some more of his stuff. So we have Guardians of the Louvre, Hotel Harborview. Venice is the one that's sideways. We have Icaro 1 and 2, and then Tokyo is My Garden, which he only helped with the art, so he's not actually a creator of this work, but it was super cheap and I just went ahead and grabbed it. And then above it we have as viewed by 17 Creators Japan, which has a bunch of different creators from different countries with it's a short story collection. So we have Taniguchi here, Teo Matsumoto, Mayoko Ano, some other creators. So this is a great short story collection to pick up if you ever find it. So that is all the Taniguchi works I have. Next, we move on to Teo Matsumoto. We have Blue Spring, which is I think the only out of print one I have here. If you don't kill yourself trying to find this volume, because it's the only Matsumoto one I absolutely did not like. It was really even hard to finish. I really didn't care for it too much, but I did find a copy for a decent price. So I have Blue Spring, Cats of the Louvre, Go-Go Monster, missing the slipcover like a lot of people, but that's getting reprinted. Number 5, Sunny and Tokyo These Days. And going down, we have Ping Pong, Tekken Concrete in the new hardcover. And then The Tipping Point, which is another one of those short story collections with creators from different countries. And Matsumoto has a story in that, along with Naoki Urasawa, just a bunch of different creators. So that is all of my Matsumoto work. Next up, we have my Usumara Furuya sets. So we have Genkaku Picasso, one of my favorite Shonen Jump titles, Lychee Light Club, Shortcuts, No Longer Human, and Music of Marie. And surprisingly, the only Furuya here I haven't read is No Longer Human, which is probably his most popular work. I will definitely be reading that soon, but yeah, love his work, love Music of Marie. Genkaku Picasso, can't recommend enough. Just a really interesting creator with very varied sorts of works that he's released. And then going down, we have a ton of Osamu Tezuka. I am missing kind of the obvious ones. I don't have Blackjack or Phoenix, which are going for crazy prices. Really, the only other readily available one that I don't have is Astro Boy. And that one, I just, the omnibuses, which are readily available, are very small, and I don't really care for them. So I've just kind of been holding off on if I can get a set of the singles for a cheap price or waiting for maybe Dark Horse releasing a deluxe edition. But here is everything I have. We got a lot of his older works have been re-released or been released in English by Platinum Manga, which is nice. We've got the first 3 volumes of Blackjack, which are pretty easy to find. But everything else is the hard stuff. So we have Buddha. Like I said, we got a bunch of other ones. Dororo and the Omnibus. Lost World, some of the Dark Horse ones are a little harder to find. Lost World, and then Metropolis. Next World is a little harder to find. And then this is probably the most expensive one in the collection of the Tezuka stuff is The Mysterious Underground Men. I got this, I think, from an Amazon third-party seller for real cheap, maybe like $10, $15 a couple years ago. So that's a good one. And then here is everything else. So yeah, so a lot of these are, like I said, have been put out by Platinum Manga, which is great. They've been putting out some of his lesser known work. And then the only other Tezuka thing I have is I have this oversized volume of Phoenix that someone gave to me when I was buying some other works, some other manga. And this is in pretty rough shape. It's a ex-library copy, but it is like a giant, large volume of Phoenix. So I don't know how common that is. But I do have that. So that is all my Tezuka stuff. Going down here, now we have another one of my favorites. We have Fumi Yoshinaga. I have, I think, all of her works that were released in English. She, again, has a lot of stuff by DMP, a lot of out-of-print stuff, a lot of old BL releases that haven't been reprinted. So here is all of her works that I have. And then as we get here, we have probably her most famous work, which is Oku, a really fantastic manga set. Definitely check this out. We have Solfege, and then we have What Did You Eat Yesterday, another really popular one. I do have volume 16. I just got that random volume in my March haul, so it's not in here. So this is everything I have of Fumi Yoshinaga. The next year we have another creator. I think I have everything they've released in English. This is Natsume Ono. Really unique art style. Definitely check it out if you're looking for something a little different. We've got Aka 13 Territories Inspection Department. I have that set and the spin-offs. Danza, which is a short story collection. Gente, House of Five Leaves, La Quinta Camera, Not Simple, Restaurant Paradiso, and Tesoro. So this is everything from Natsume Ono. Okay, and here at the bottom we have my Rumiko Takahashi collection. So starting off we have Came the Mirror and Other Tales short story collection, Mason Ikoku, a few random volumes of Mao that I picked up at used places. 1 Pound Gospel is a really funny sports series. Hopefully that gets reprinted at some point. I'm missing maybe 6 or 7 of these Ranma 1/2 2-in-1s. Hopefully those get reprinted. And then we have all of Urusei Yatsura in these new omnibuses. Really bright colored, great colored spines here. And that is everything from my creator shelf. Okay, so next up on this shelf, I pretty much just grabbed a bunch of completed series that fit well in this shelf too. So these are not in any sort of alphabetical order. They're just completed series that fit well in here just to get them out, just to make some more room. So we have all of Kami-sama Kiss. And then we have Kiss and White Lily for My Dearest Girl, which is a 10-volume Yuri series. Going down here, we have all of Kari Kano, so 1 through 21. When people complain about different spines, there's like 4 different types of spines for this release. We've got small Tokyo Pop at the top, a large Tokyo Pop. We've got gray large Tokyo Pop, gray small, and then all different variations of colors of this kind of rose gold color looking pink. So that is interesting. I haven't seen anybody that has a set of these where they all look the same. And then going next over, which fit perfectly, is all of Bloom Into You. So we have 1 through 8, 1 and 2 of the anthology, and then the 3 light novels. Going down a little farther, we have all of Slam Dunk. Really great sports series. I don't need to say anything about that. And then we have Haven't You Heard Sakamoto? Really weird, bizarre, funny short series. Unfortunately, the creator died super young, so I think This is the only thing we're going to get in English, but that is a really underrated series. Definitely check that one out if you find it. Going down a little bit farther, we have all of Nana. This is on, most likely, it's not ever going to be actually completed, so it has been on a very long hiatus. And then next to it, we have Dawn of the Arcana complete, 1 through 13. Then we have another one of my favorite Shonen Jump series. We have Astra Lost in Space. And then Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches complete. So these ones are nice. They were releasing them all in 1-volume releases, and then at some point they started releasing them in 2-in-1s, but they kept the spines looking like this, which is kind of cool, where it still looks like it's single volumes, but they released them in these doubles. And unfortunately, I was not able to get a copy of 13 new. I wasn't able to find it, so I found an ex-library copy, but I do have all of the set of that. And then down at the very bottom, we have the just recently completed Hina Matsuri. And then Library Wars Love and War, which I just read in the last few months. So there is all of this bookshelf. Okay, moving on. I'm not going to say a lot, like I said, I'm not going to name every single volume. I'm just going to kind of show and then talk about some, you know, some special ones or some interesting ones just because there's so many. You know, we have completed series here, After Hours and Ajin. I have all of those. I've been randomly grabbing Anonymous Noise, so I'm still missing a few volumes of that series. I just recently grabbed a random volume of Arisa. This is a Natsumi Ando book, creator of Something's Wrong with Us and Kitchen Princess, so I'm going to start trying to collect more of her works. Going down, we have the Avril Lavigne 2-volume set, which you're not going to see in a lot of manga collectors' collections. We have all of Banana Fish, Bang Dream, which I only have because this is by Dr. Peppico, a creator of a Yuri series that I really enjoyed. So I went ahead and grabbed this other set, which I think is the only other thing that was released in English by her. And then we have a Manhwa Banya, the Explosive Delivery Man. And then at the very bottom here, we have Blue Giant. Hopefully we get the follow-up series to this, and then some other series there. Okay, it's going to get a little dark up here just because it's kind of got a little bit of an overhang. So we've got some completed series, some Kuma, BL, Canis, Dear Mr. Rain, and Dear Hatter. Case files of Jeweler Richard in the manga. I've been randomly grabbing these Case Study of Vanitas volumes, so I have some of those. Cinderella Closet, really great series, ongoing. I have all of Classmates, another one of my favorites. One of my absolute favorite series, we have all of Cross Game in these omnibuses. I think they just started reprinting these, which is great. We really need more people to read this series. Complete of Daytime Shooting Star and Dead Man Wonderland. I'm missing some volumes of A Devil and Her Love Song. And then I have one random volume of the Doraemon English slash Japanese volume. So it has both English and Japanese translations. And then we've got some other volumes there. Okay, continuing on, we got some more ongoings. Duke of Death and His Maid and Dungeon People. Completed of The Earl and the Fairy. Tokyo Pop released these Erika Sakurazawa releases, these one-shots. I think I have all the ones that were released in English. Some more completed series, Execuza, Failed Princesses, Flowers and Bees, another very bizarre comedy series that's completed. Flying Witch is ongoing. Don't see a lot of people with the Fox and Little Tanuki in their collections. This one was weird because when it came to volume 2, I was like, oh, we're going to have different colors on the spines. And nope, we went straight back to brown for everything. So just volume 2 has a green green spine, and everything else is the same brown. We have Free Ren, which everybody knows about. Here's where you kind of see I have a ton of cat manga, so a random cat manga volume there. Generation Witch. I have all of Genshiken, I think is how you pronounce it. I got the first series and the omnibuses, and then the second series and these. This one I picked up a long time ago for fairly cheap, and I've not read it. This is probably the one I'm the most scared of because I don't like, just from the stuff I've seen about it, the comparisons to like Big Bang Theory, this doesn't seem like it's going to be up my alley, but I'm willing to give it a chance, so hopefully I'll read this. Give it a shot sometime in the next few months and see if I want to keep this in my collection. We have Giant Spider and Me, very underrated series. Given. Here is the Goodbye My Rose Garden, the Dr. Pepperco series that I mentioned earlier. Really great Yuri series. And then we have the first Gunslinger Girl omnibus. Okay, going down here, we have more of the Gunslinger Girl omnibuses. I've been able to find these all for retail or under, so not too much money. But the last two go for like 200 bucks each, so I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to find the rest of them. We've got the H.P. Lovecraft Dark Horse releases. I did have the other one, but that one got announced for a deluxe edition, so I went ahead and sold that one off. These are fantastic detailed artwork, but these volumes are so small. You know, deluxe editions is definitely going to be the preferred way to read these. These are a lot of blacks. It's very hard to appreciate the artwork in these really small volumes. So looking forward, hopefully they end up releasing all of those in deluxes. We've got Happy Crappy Life, which if you know, you know. Happy Mania, which I've been another Mayoko Ono series. I've just been randomly finding volumes. Hatsuharu, randomly grabbing volumes, so I'm still missing a few of that. Hellgirl is one I'd like to have, but most of the volumes are really hard to find, really expensive, so I just kind of have this random volume 1 that I found at a used store. How Do We Relationship and Ongoing. These I Am a Hero has become very hard to get. I was just randomly grabbing volumes when it wasn't out of print or hard to find. So I have a few random volumes that I've collected. So we have 1, 3, 4, and 8. And these ones, like I said, I grabbed these all when they were more readily available. If I'd have known they were so hard to find, I would have tried to get all of them back then. I Hear the Sunspot, up to date. I think this series is Eyes, I think is how it's pronounced, and I'm missing kind of the same ones most people are, which is 9, 11, and I think 15 is the final volume. We've got Imakoi. I do have volume 9. It's just in my March haul, so I don't have it mixed in yet. And then we have all of Kageki Shoujo with the prequel volume, and then we start into Kaguya-sama Love is War. Continuing on, we've got more Kaguya-sama Love is War. We've got a series I just started collecting, and that is Kakuryou Bed and Breakfast for Spirits. Looked interesting to me, so I've started collecting that. I think volume 9 just came out. There's some CMX release. We got Kichi and the Magic Books complete. We've got Kimi ni Todoke going over. I have that complete. I think we're getting a sequel series to that comes out, I think, this month. King's Beast. Kitchen Princess and these omnibuses. I have one random volume of Kuroko's Basketball. I'm a big basketball fan, so I do plan on getting this manga at some point, but just haven't bit the bullet and grabbed the whole series yet, so I just have this one volume I grabbed used. Lady Snowblood, which is a little harder to find release. This would be another one for Dark Horse to release deluxes of, would be nice. And going over, we have these really small limit releases by Vertical. I have the rest on the next shelf, but that's the end of this shelf. Here's the rest of Limit. We have Love Me for Who I Am, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. I really liked Centaur, the first volume of Centaur, so I bought some other stuff by that creator. So I just got these 3. I don't know if it's Mad K or MADK, so I got these 3 volumes by the same creator. Maid Sama, have all the omnibuses of this. Mame Coordinate, really great spines. That is a completed series. Sorry if it gets a little shaky here. I'm trying to move over. These are getting a little lower to the ground. Mashal, Mirako-chan, along with the anthology. Mob Psycho 100. Monthly Girls, Nozaki-kun. Moon and Sun, and then we start with Moriarty the Patriot. Okay, continuing on, we have Moriarty again. My cute little kitten. Girlfriend's Child. The recently finished My Love Mix-Up, read that, that is great. My Love Story, I was missing volume 6, but that did just get reprinted, so I have a copy. It's in my March haul. Really looking forward to reading that one. Continuing on, we got Mysterious Girlfriend X in these omnibuses. Here we have the rest of the series. Natsume's Book of Friends, I've mentioned this in a ton of videos. I ordered this years ago, and they still haven't reprinted some of the volumes, so I'm missing 3, 6, 14, 2021. And that is still an ongoing. And then we have one of the most underrated series in all of manga, Nicola Traveling Around the Demon's World, just a fantastic series. We have Octopus Girl, an out-of-print horror series by Dark Horse. I've got volume 1 there. And then we've got volume 2 of Octopus Girl. There was 3 volumes released in English, but volume 3 is a little harder to find, so I don't have that. We've got all of Otamen. That was a release. I think I got all of those in January. Our Dreams at Dusk, really great LGBTQ series. Perfect Day for Love Letters. Phantom Dream. Phantom of the Idol. And then Platinum End is a series by Death Note I've heard mixed things about, but I really like the covers and the spines, so I'll definitely read that at some point, but I haven't started reading that one yet. Continuing on, we have the rest of Platinum End. We've got some random Please Save My Earth volumes. Hopefully this one gets reprinted. I've got a random volume of QQ Sweeper. All of Read or Die, and then Read or Dream. One of the only izakais I have, Reborn as a Vending Machine, I Now Wander the Dungeon. That was a really funny read. Some random Ring volumes. Sotoko and Nada, really another underrated series. Royal Tutor, I really enjoyed volume 1. That is, I think, 17 volumes, so I definitely need to get the rest of that. Then this little middle shelf here, we have a bunch of one-shots. So here we have a bunch of Gen, a defunct publisher releases. So I've got a bunch there. Here we've got some more one-shots. Some more here. Cezanne and Comic Girl is a really great one. That is actually a full color release. We've got some more here. I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. In this set, we've got some of the, maybe the more rare ones. We've got Emerald and Okikoshi, which are both by the creator of Blade of the Immortal. The Emerald, I've only read Emerald. That's a really great short story collection. We've got Gigantomaxia by Kentaro Miura, creator of Berserk. The Spy Family Guidebook. And then a little bit farther over on these shelves, we have the two Akira Toriyama releases, and Line and the Wish Omnibus. Okay, so now we're at the very bottom. So continuing on, we're going through here. Olive Shortcake Cake, Skip and Loafer, Snow White and the Red Hair, or With the Red Hair. I've really wanted to start collecting. I happened to find these 10 volumes at a used place. So this is one that I definitely want to read at some point. We have another Isekai, so What's Wrong with Being Reborn as a Goblin. That one was another one that I really enjoyed. We've got Soul Liquid Chambers. I've heard very mixed things about this one too, but I was able to find the 3 volumes for really cheap. The name of it reminds me of a Wu-Tang album title, so I went ahead and grabbed it anyways, and we'll see if I enjoy that. And then we've got, starting with Spy Family. We've got some more Spy Family, some more cat manga, Takane and Hana, missing a few volumes of that. Most of these I picked up used. We've got Tanpenshu, a really great short story collection by the creator of Eden. If you can find this one for cheap, definitely pick it up. That Blue Sky Feeling, a really great BL series. Here's some more Tsubaki Chow, really great series. I have not read Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. That one's high on my priority list. Touring After the Apocalypse, I really enjoyed the first volume. Looking forward to reading that when that's completed. And that's the end of this bottom shelf. Moving on, we got another stack of one-shots here. Just some kind of random one-shots I've found. Start with the happy ending, says volume 1, but it's actually just a one-shot. Wild Calm. And we've got some of the Shoujo Beat one-shots. And going down here, we're continuing on with the alphabetical order stuff. Looks like 3 or 4 volumes behind of Usatoki Rhetoric, but those are on order, so I just haven't, I just forgot to keep continuing ordering that. We've got Video Girl AI, or I, not really sure how that's pronounced. Wandering Witch and the Water Dragon's Bride. Continuing on with that, Whispered Words. Another Natsumi Ando book. We got Wild at Heart. A lot of witch books here. Yakuza Lover, one I don't know too much about, but I found this random volume at a used store. And then we start with the Yona of the Dawn that I've got. I actually got all these Yona of the Dawn volumes, I think up until about 34 from a Reddit swap, maybe last year, for really cheap, so glad to have these. This was definitely a series I wanted to read through once it completed. We got Your Lie in April. We've got the rest of Your Lie in April. We've got Yotsuba, Yuri Espor, and then another one of the most underrated and my favorite manga series, Yuzu the Pet Vet. Okay, way up here, now we're moving on to the box sets. We've got Promised Neverland, Assassination Classroom, Claymore, and then the 4 One Piece box sets. We've got the fantastic Akira box set, 35th anniversary. We've got Bakuman, the complete Cheese Sweet Home, Nichiju, which had this 15th anniversary box set, and then they just released another volume. We have Orin High School Host Club. We've got Pandora Hearts in the Giant Treasure Chest. Princess Jellyfish. Really love Akiko Higashimura's releases. Hopefully we get some more of her works. She's one that, if I had more room, I would have moved her to my creator shelf. I really love her stuff. Sweat and Soap. Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. This one I'm kind of unsure on how I'm going to enjoy this series, but I got this box set for half price. We got Nausicaa, and then we've got the Orange box set. Okay, so on these little extra shelves here, I usually put like one-shots or kind of the larger releases. So here we've got some Shintaro Kago releases, Dimension 21 in the box set, and then Super Dimensional Love Gun. We've got Mizuno and Chayama, All You Need Is Kill. And then on the top here, we've got 2 actual books, By Your Side, which is a Yuri book, and then Manga, The World of Japanese Comics. And then we have The Strange Tales of Panorama Island, a really fantastic last gasp release. Definitely pick that one up if you like weird manga. Next we have My Brother's Husband in Our Colors. We've got some manhwa, Uma's Table, and Uncomfortably Happily. These are really great drawn and quarterly releases. And then over here we have some Nagabe stuff, and then the bottom 2 are not manga, but they were some more comics that were put out by Piao, I think is how you pronounce the publisher, that they weren't releasing anymore, so I grabbed these 2, and I've read Last Chance to Find Duke, really great. And then we got, like I said, the Nagabe releases from the creator of Girl from the Other Side. Okay, continuing on, we've got some more one-shots here, some great drawn and quarterly releases. At the very top there we have Town of Evening Calm, Country of Cherry Blossoms, which I've only been able to find an ex-library copy, which is very heavily stickered, so hopefully someday I can find a better version of that. We've got some more drawn in quarterly releases. Talk to My Back is fantastic. We've got Akira Toriyama's Manga Theater, and then Miyazaki Shuna's Journey. Sky Grazer in Okinawa. And then over here, My Broken Mariko, Manami's Lover, The Promised Neverland art book, and then Ravina the Witch. Okay, now we're on to the alphabetical order stuff. We have After the Rain by the creator of Kowloon Generic Romance. Really great series. Alice in Borderland. Sorry for the shakiness, I'm still up high. Arakawa Under the Bridge. One of my favorite slice of life series, Aria the Masterpiece. We've got one of my favorite manga series, Beastars, along with the 3 Beast Complex volumes. Beyond the Clouds, if you like Studio Ghibli stuff, definitely check out that series. It's complete at 5 volumes. BL Metamorphosis, really great series. Blank Canvas, one of the best documentary series. Moving on, we got Blue Flag, Blue Period, Boys Abyss, Boys Run the Riot, really great if you're interested in more LGBTQ stuff. Definitely check out Boys Run the Riot. There is Centaurs that I mentioned. That was a really great first volume. Children of the Sea, Children of the Whales. I'm going off into a back corner here. Cigatera, Coffee Moon, Cutie Honey, and then the first volume of the Darwin Incident. Okay, I'm finally at the spot where I don't need a ladder. So here we have all my Death Note stuff, the Black Editions, the volume 13, the short story collection. We have a Fatally Fun Facts, just kind of silly book that I found at a used place. And then the 2 light novels. Sending Stories complete, Detroit Metal City, Devilman, and these really nice classic collection hardcovers. Daiwer Gelder, which is by the creator of Blade of the Immortal. Another really underrated ongoing, Dinosaur Sanctuary. Same thing, Doomsday with My Dog. We've got all of Dorohedoro. Hashtag Dracula. And then here we have Eagle, The Making of an Asian American President. This is one I don't see in a lot of collections. Really great series. It was available in singles and then these omnibuses. Obviously it looks weird without the number 1 there. That is the only annoying thing. But really great series if you can find it. Imanon, Anale and Dawalia. This one I didn't care for that much. The artwork is fantastic, but this is by the Witch Hat Atelier creator. But yeah, fantastic artwork, just not as good as Witch Hat, obviously. Eureka 7. For the Kids I Saw in My Dreams, I'm missing one of these. These I picked up all at like Barnes & Noble half-price hardcover sales. Fruit Basket, really great series I read last year. I have the Another, and then I've got Fushigi Yugi and these Vizbigs, and then we start going into Gambling Apocalypse Kaiji. Okay, we've got more Kaiji. Ghost and the Lady, really great hardcovers if you can find those. Some of the most beautiful hardcovers we've gotten in manga, The Girl from the Other Side, Girl with Sanpaku Eyes, Girl's Last Tour. We got Golden Kamui, just completed. So I have 1 through 31 of that. Golden Sheep. Hakumi and Makochi, really nice spines. Happy Kaneko's Killer Life, really great spines. Heavenly Delusion. I really like colorful spines, so yeah, Heaven's Design Team, really great. We have Higurashi. So I bought all of these when they were reprinted. Someone I follow on YouTube and Instagram, they had said this was one of their favorite series. So I've not read it yet, but I recently bought this whole set when it got reprinted. This at one point was really hard to find. We've got Homunculus, The Horizon, another manhwa, One of the only manhwas, not too many manhwas that I've really connected with that much, but this one was really good. I Think Our Son Is Gay, which is finally completed. Ikigami, and then I'll give it my all tomorrow. Now we're on to another shelf of one-shots and other releases. So here we've got some Mayoko Ono stuff, some Kyoko Okazaki stuff. Love all of her work. Love Song, and then Claudine. We've got Magician A, Haru's Curse, some other Asumiko Nakamura stuff. Here we've got a stack of autobiographical manga, along with the Nagata Kabi releases there at the bottom. This is kind of a stack of just rarer stuff. So we've got some underground comics anthologies, Secret Comics Japan, Comics Underground Japan. We've got some of these Viz Spectrum releases, Blade of the Minstrel, Saber Tiger. I have Sake Jock, Stargazing Dog, Axe, which is another alternative manga collection, and then Tokyo Zombie. So that is all that stack. Here we start going into the Glacier Bay stuff. So here, Mother's really great short story collection. Definitely grab that one. Here's another stack of Glacier Bay stuff. They've recently reprinted Glaolia 1 and 3, so hopefully someday we get 2. If you're interested in kind of out of the norm manga releases, definitely check out Glacier's Bay stuff. So here's what I have from them. Here we've got some more kind of lesser known. We've got some more Ponetmon stuff that wasn't Jiro Taniguchi. We have What is Obscenity, an autobiographical manga. Day I Divorced God and Was Forced to Marry God, an autobiographical manga. Here we've got a Yuri stack. And then some more BL, LGBTQ stuff. Then we start getting into some Gekiga, some more classic manga stuff. We got Bat Kid. I really like these spines on the Pits of Hell, and I Wish I Was Stupid. We've got Tank Tankuro, which I think is the oldest manga stuff I have in my collection. That was collecting really, really old manga stuff, almost 100 years old. And then we've got some more stuff over here. These are all really nice. Drawn and Quarterly does a great job releasing this stuff. Breakdown Press, Picture Box. These are some publishers that release a lot of these older series, which are really great to have in your collection to kind of appreciate, to read and appreciate, you know, where manga came from to where it is now. Now back to alphabetical order. In the Clear Moonlit Dusk, really great series. Kamen Rider in these nice classic collections. The Kazi-san releases. Another one of my favorite manga series, Kino's Journey. Kurosaki Corpse Delivery Service and these really nice omnibuses. Hopefully Dark Horse can start releasing these on a more consistent basis. Land of the Lustrous. Last Game, Last Gender. Little Miss P. Got some random volumes of Living Room Matsunaga-san. Definitely need to get the rest of those at some point. We've got some Lupin the Third hardcovers. Made in the Abyss is a series I don't know too much about. I heard good things about it, so I got them when they were reprinted, and I for some reason I thought the series was completed, but I guess it's still an ongoing, so I haven't started reading that yet. Magus of the Library, and then The Psychic Girl in these perfect collections. Another one of my favorite series, A Man and His Cat. Underrated cat series, Masterful Cat is Depressed Again Today. Monologue Woven for You. My Boy, My Dress Up Darling, and then we've got a BL series, My Summer of You. Okay, so now we're down to my last one-shot shelf. So here we've got some cat ones, some other ones I haven't read yet. Story of Seven Lives is great, Walking Cat, great. We got the Asumanga Daio Omnibus and the Keion Omnibus. I have the Therme Rome in the original hardcovers instead of that giant unwieldy recent release. This is a fantastic series. Definitely read this if you have the chance. Paradise Kiss, and then the Panpanya releases, and then the recent Taking Care of God. Some of my favorite short story collections. I gave all these, I think, 5 stars. I loved every one of these. Witches, Robo Sapiens, and One More Step, Come Stand By My Side. Definitely check those out. Some more one-shots. Drip Drip, great one by the creator of Beastars. I think I mentioned in my last reading one, Gold Kingdom and Water Kingdom. The artwork is fantastic. I was a little mixed on the story, but I'm going to keep that in my collection, maybe reread it and see how I feel about it. Some more all-in-ones. And then we go to some more Gekiga releases. We've got a bunch of Tadeo Suge releases. We've got some Yoshiharu Suge releases, including these nice drawn and quarterly hardcovers. And then we've got all of the Tatsumi releases that I have. So I have the paperbacks of the top 4, which I think they also released in hardcover. And then we've got A Drifting Life and Black Blizzard. Okay, now I'm getting low to the ground. It's going to get a little more shaky. We've got Neighborhood Story. I got both the regular and then the variant. Really great spines and covers on those. Number 6 Omnibus. Just randomly grabbing O Maidens of In Your Savage Season. Definitely need to get more of those. Same thing with O Shinbo. Parasite in these new hardcovers. Peach Boy Riverside. This is one that I think Manga Sloth had recommended one time on his channel, so I started picking it up, and I have not read it yet. Just looked interesting. I'll give it a shot at some point. Perfect World. Another one of my favorites, we have Planetes. PTSD Radio. Getting to the few Qs I have, Kyuko-chan and Queen Esmeralda's, which is really nice Kodansha hardcovers. Ran and the Grey World. A random volume of Raw Hero that I picked up used. I'm missing, again, the same real volumes that a lot of people are missing, so 4, 8, and 11. These ones are getting reprinted hopefully later this month. We have Romantic Killer. This one gets a lot. I know a lot of people didn't care for this because it was released under Shoujo Beat and it's not technically a shoujo, but if you actually read this, it's actually a really funny, really great series, really great characters. I definitely highly recommend this. Don't be put off just because of the, you know, kind of the issues with Shoujo Beat. That doesn't really have anything to do with the quality of the series. We've got one of my favorite Yuris, Runaway with Me Girl. Saint Young Men in these hardcovers. I have all of Saturn Apartments, Sayonara Football, Sensei's Pious Life. One of the only Mitsuru Adachi releases we got in English besides Cross Game was Short Program, Short Story Collection. So we got these 2 volumes here. Hopefully we get some more of his work. And then we've got Sign of Affection and Silver Spoon. Here we've got the rest of Silver Spoon. This is by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist, if you're unaware. Skull-faced bookseller Honda-kun. I just recently got all of Something's Wrong With Us. I think I'm missing 1 volume here, but let's see. Yeah, I'm missing volume 9 here, but it's in my March haul. Another one of those nice classic collection hardcovers. We have some random volumes of Spriggan that I picked up at used places. This series, I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it, so I picked up a couple volumes. We'll see how that goes. Some Tales of the Kingdom hardcovers, 2 Terra, and then To Your Eternity. Tokyo Game and Tokyo Babylon, and then we start going into Tokyo Revengers. Here we have the rest of Tokyo Revengers. Another really great Akiko Higashimura releases, Tokyo Terroreba Girls. We have one of my favorite series of all time, Twin Spica. Really great sci-fi slice of life series. We have Twinkle Stars by the Fruits Basket creator. Under Ninja. The Vagabond Vizbigs that are in everybody's collection. See if I can get over here. Vampires, and then Wake Up My Sleeping Beauty. Okay, now we're at the very bottom, the last shelf. We're going into the W's. We have Wandering Island by the creator of Emanon. Another Blade of the Immortal creators, Wave Listen to Me. What's Michael in these Fat Cat collections? Witch and the Beast, underrated series. We've got Witch Hat Atelier, one of my favorites. Really great series, fantastic artwork. We've got another dog and a cat manga with a dog and a cat. Every Day is Fun. Yokai Cats. And then the new omnibuses of Yokohama Kadeshi Kiku. And then we have Yoshi no Zukara. And that is it for these shelves. Okay, here we have a little shelf of Disney manga. I'm a big Disney fan, so I do have some of the Disney manga stuff. So most of this is by Tokyo Pop, although Viz has been releasing Twisted Wonderland. They released Frozen 2 and Cruella. So yeah, I really enjoy these releases. Okay, and then lastly, we've got all the deluxe editions, which I have kind of on this separate shelf just because I ran out of room for them in my manga room. So we have all up to date of Berserk. And then we've got Blade of the Immortal. We've got the Hellsing volumes. There's the last Blade of the Immortal. We've got Barefoot Gen in these hardcovers. We've got the Vinland Saga Deluxe. We've got the Rose of Versailles hardcovers. And whoops, two more Berserk and Blade of the Immortals. So I have both those up to date. They're just here at the end. Really great Rose of the Versailles, really great series, really great hardcovers here. And so yeah, this is just kind of my overflow shelf for all these really large oversized hardcovers. Okay, so that was my collection tour video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have any, like I said, if you have any questions, leave me a comment. I do other videos, manga content, so manga hauls, manga reading logs, other type of manga videos. Try to do at least one or two a month. So everybody have a great month of April, and I will see you in the next video.